Hello, my name is Karen and I am an occupational therapy student at Kaiser University's MS-OT Bridge program. As part of my virtual fieldwork experience, I have been filming weekly YouTube videos discussing various topics. This week is the final week for part 1 of our level 1 fieldwork, and the discussion will be about how the whole experience has been and what my takeaway is. The first question for this week's discussion is, how has participation in this virtual fieldwork enhanced the following areas: clinical reasoning, problem solving, decision making, and communication? Personally, I feel that with problem solving and communication, this wasn't really enhanced for me during this fieldwork experience. Communication, I do fairly well at my job. Between the interdisciplinary communication that has to happen throughout the day, every day, and also I work weekends, and on the weekends I'm one of the supervisors, so I do a lot of communication within my department, communicating with patients and their family members. So personally, professionally, I feel like communication is one of my strong points. Therefore, I don't really feel that my skills in this area were enhanced during this session. And with problem solving, I definitely feel that we used problem solving skills during this past 8 weeks. I just don't know per se that I feel that my problem solving skills were challenged or grew at all. With clinical reasoning and decision making, I do feel that these two areas were addressed with the weekly videos we had to watch and then come up with answers for questions afterwards, whether it be creating goals for a specific client, or there was one where we had to watch a film and then choose the main character and perform a case study on, as well as weekly assignments pertaining to this, so providing community resources for this patient, that sort of thing. And I do believe that this helped me a lot. Decision making, trying to decide what areas I was going to specifically address when working with this client, also deciding how best to achieve my goals, that was definitely addressed during the past 8 weeks. The next question is, what could have been done to enhance the experience? Going into this first level 1 fieldwork experience virtually, I don't think any of us knew what to expect or how it was going to go, because this is the first time it's been done. That being said, I was expecting to be doing more simulations with a company we have partnered with at our school called SimuCase. This is an online simulation company where you actually get to practice either running a treatment session or implementing evaluations with a patient. I don't know if I was wrong in that expectation, but that is definitely, I thought, would happen more in the class. I believe we only had 2 simu cases to complete, and one we had completed in a previous class. So I felt that this was not really addressed much, and I do think that would be something that students would benefit from going forward if they had to do virtual fieldwork again. Even though this was our level 1 fieldwork, and out in the real world, if we were doing things typically, we wouldn't be performing evaluations on patients. I do think this is a unique opportunity that would give us a chance to get even more experience and help us prepare for our level 2 fieldwork. Something that we wouldn't normally get to do is practicing more of these evaluations and implementing treatment sessions. The third question is, knowing that this virtual fieldwork was a simulated experience, what are you going to do to prepare yourself for the upcoming simulated experience? So at Kaiser, our level 1 is split up into 2 parts. First 8 weeks is for an adult class. The second 8 weeks is for pediatrics. So although this is the final wrap up for the first 8-week session, we're about to repeat the process next term with the whole thing all over again, except this time geared towards pediatrics. I am excited for this. But what am I going to do to prepare myself moving forward? I am definitely going to try to get better at my time management skills and planning out at the beginning of the week how things are going to work. And this kind of ties into my next question, which is, what advice can you provide to students who will participate in a simulated experience such as the one you just completed? So these kind of go hand in hand. After the first 3 weeks participating in this virtual fieldwork experience, I realized that it was better to break it up into chunks instead of attacking it all in one go. So in my personal agenda, I would write it down as, I have to do the log, I have to do the simulation plan. And the first 3 weeks, I was trying to attack these things all at once, because prior to this semester, when we were juggling 2 classes, I would typically try to, say, do Class A on Monday and Tuesday and Class B on Wednesday and Thursday. I wouldn't really mix classes within a single night. this term has definitely changed that habit for me. So moving forward, I would definitely recommend to future students as well as to myself going into the next 8 weeks to break this up. So the simulation plan for our school is typically 5 to 7 parts. There's a part A, B, C, and so on. Looking at these parts specifically and getting an idea of how long it's going to take. Again, after the first 3 weeks, you get a pretty good handle on being able to look at a section and say, oh, this is going to take me X amount of time. So, what I started implementing during the second half of this field work was saying Monday I'm going to complete part A, Tuesday I'm going to complete my log, Wednesday I'm going to complete part C, and also tailoring it to fit in with my other classes too. So, if I had a heavy assignment that I was working on Wednesday for my phys class, I would choose part A, which might be smaller, to work on Wednesday night, and then Thursday I would work on a heavier part for field work. So being able to judge and plan out and better use my time is definitely going to be something I'm going to be doing the next 8 weeks, and something I would recommend for future students. Moving on to the next question about my advice for future students, what I just said, but also there are videos you have to watch each week. Making sure you look at, definitely at least at the beginning of the week, if not at the beginning of the semester, opening up each video so you know how long they're going to be. Some videos are short, just 2 minutes long. Some videos are longer, they're 30 minutes long. So just making sure you know that in advance, again, so you can plan your time wisely. There was one week that we had a 30-minute video. I did not know it was a 30-minute video. So the night that I chose to work on this assignment, I was like, oh, I'll watch the video real quick and then answer the questions. It was not as quick as I planned. So my recommendation would definitely be to check those links that you have, just so that you know what you're getting into and how long it's actually going to take. Another recommendation I would have, and actually I should implement this for myself in the next 8 weeks too, is I always put off filming my video, this portion of the project, until the last day. And I don't recommend this. It's a very bad habit I have that I will try to break in the future. But I definitely recommend that for students about to start a virtual fieldwork experience. Any filming you have to do, don't save it to the end. Just because it takes longer to upload, well, not longer, saving it to the end, but it's a long process to upload the video. And sometimes I cut it pretty close to the deadline. Also, by the end of the week, I'm usually pretty tired and I wasn't really feeling up to filming a video, but I didn't really have a choice. So I would definitely recommend doing the filming of your video earlier in the week. On the weeks where it was a general debrief of how this past week went, such as this video, you can't really do it too early in the week, but definitely don't save it till last minute. Thank you so much for joining me. These past weeks have definitely been an adventure, and I look forward to continuing this experience in the next 8 weeks for my level 1 fieldwork with pediatrics.